Even as we acknowledge these successes, we also recognize the challenges that remain and demand our urgent focus and attention. Issues such as irregular police recruitment, budgetary constraints, and the need for a sustainable police welfare program must be addressed without equivocation. These are matters of national interest, and the government of Kenya is fully committed to implementing reforms that will ensure a motivated, well-resourced, and professional police service. The recommendations outlined in this report will be taken seriously, and I'm happy that you have presented copies to both the Deputy President and the CS Interior as the people who will take the front line. And they will integrate them into our broader security sector reforms, ensuring that our officers continue to serve with integrity, professionalism, and dedication. The security and stability of our nation depends on a police service that is not only well-trained and well-equipped, but also adequately supported and sufficiently motivated. To you, the outgoing members of the National Service Commission, of the National Police Service Commission, I extend my very sincere gratitude for your service to this nation. I agree with the chairman that you are very smart. And the chairman is equally smart. And and I understand why that is the case. Your work is a legacy that will shape the future of policing in Kenya for years to come. As we move forward, let us reaffirm our collective commitment to a national police service that upholds the highest standard of accountability, professionalism, and fairness. Let us build upon gains made and continue striving for a police service that truly serves the people of Kenya with honor and dedication. I also want to say that in that whole program of modernization, we will also be looking at police transport to make sure that we can accelerate response time for police action in different parts whenever citizens are in distress and whenever their property is at risk. We undertook to look at the terms and conditions of service of our policemen and women. I'm very happy that the chairman here has said that phase 1 and phase 2 have already been rolled out, and I'm very confident that the incoming commission will work with the Ministry of Interior and the National Police Service to make sure that the remaining phases of salary increase for our policemen and women will be implemented in accordance with the timelines that we have already rolled out and that were recommended by the report of the task force that I set up. I'm also looking forward to the implementation of the police uniform program, which I have discussed with the IG here. And I'm confident that going into the future, we will make the necessary budgetary provision so that all our men and women in uniform, especially our police, are kitted properly. Even as we designed our universal health coverage program, we are making sure that our police men and women and the security sector in general become beneficiaries in 2 ways. Number one is to improve access. In the past, the medical cover that was available was limited to only certain facilities. Under the current expanded universal health coverage in the Taifa Care program, there will be expanded access. In fact, access to medical care will no longer be limited to certain identified hospitals. In fact, officers and servicemen and women will be able to access medical services and attention from all hospitals, public, private, faith-based, different from the past. So access will improve, number one. Number two, we're also going to enhance the service, to broaden access of different medical services. We are standardizing the whole medical scheme to make sure that while today the police service enjoy a lower facility than other public servants, under the new universal health care program, all officers on job groups that are equivalent will get the same medical facilities made available to them under the new program. As part of our housing program, we have rolled out a program on ensuring that we have institutional houses that will be funded by our housing levy resources. We have many police stations that have now been built. We are rolling out the buildings for housing for our officers across the country, and not just the police, but also the military, the prisons, and others. And under the housing program, we will be able to afford decent housing facilities for all our security men and women. So as we do it for the rest of the country, we are not leaving behind our security men and women. I am very confident that going into the future, we will have a much more professional, a much more dedicated, and a well-resourced police service as we make their terms and conditions of service better. It is, of course, the expectation of the people of Kenya that as we extend resources in salary, in improving housing, in improving medical care, that the people of Kenya will equally be entitled to professional service that is fair, that is world-class, and I am looking forward to the leadership of the IG and your team to make sure that the people of Kenya get what they expect of our policemen and women.